Good morning, Namaskar, Sasyakal and Adab. Friends, this is my 186th video and it is in the same series regarding histories of various cantonments which were formed. Now, this is a cantonment called Ranikhet and I came across a sale deed of 1914 through a will. And in this will and as well as the sale deed shared to me by Dr. Bangari, carries another book which was made on the forest of Ranikhet cantonments somewhere in 1939. This book also works to a very smaller area, but yes, it briefs us the area in this cantonment. So let's pick up any of these two things. What is and how did Ranikhet cantonment came up? Originally, some Mr. Robert Henry Willamson Troup, who was actually a resident of England, and after the British, when they conquered, this is what it has been said, the KUMAON in 1814, this Mr. Troup was one amongst the first European settlers. Now here he says Mr. Troup acquired land in this KUMAON belt, and a lot of land which he acquired fell in the Ranikhet cantonment later on, and which was subsequently acquired by the British government from Mr. Troup to make Ranikhet cantonment. We justify to this transaction provided we do not have any evidence on this. When, from whom, when, how, who were the original settlers in the settlement deeds of 1822, from whom Mr. Troup must have purchased these lands. So we are not getting into those nitty-gritties right now. But we are coming to the fact is that from 1814 till 1869, Ranikhet became a military station. Now this is very important. It says not a cantonment. It says in 1869 it became a military station. Now in 1869 there was a Sadar Bazar which was originally owned by Mr. Robert Troup. The area what he says is now in Ranikhet is TROUPGANJ, which is bounded by the north boundary pillars and the road leading from the Jharuri Bazar to the cantonment hospital on the east by boundary pillars and the Pakka Nala main drain between the TROUPGANJ and Sadar Bazar, May Street or Maya Street, and on the south by the Almora and Ramnagar Kar Bazar. So, and on the west it had boundary pillars and the ravines between the TROUPGANJ and the Messrs. Niaz Ahmed and the property. Now there was another owner in either 1849, 1830 or 1869 of this TROUPGANJ, which falls in the Sadar Bazar area. Along with Mr. Troup, there was Mr. Niaz Ahmed also, who was the owner of the properties there. So there is a plan attached with this original will. So the whole area had about 121 you would call buildings, sarais, stables or setups. Even a temple was there. Now this Robert Troup died on 22nd January 1893 and left a will made on 22nd December 1873. So now if he leaves a will in 1873, 1861, 69 when the Ranikhet cantonment came up, that means what was acquired by the British? and what was left in 1873 to Mr. Troup is a matter of evidence. So he goes on, speaks about how he willed it to his wife, and he clearly says she's the sole owner of the said property with absolute title in the official register of the Cantonment Authority at Ranikhet. A true copy of it has been annexed. So that means in 1873, prior to the Cantonment Code 1899, there was a cantonment property register or a cantonment official register, whether of sale, purchase or whatever. This could be related to the house property register of 1833. So now he says that because this is willed to my wife, and this wife further on is actually selling this property, and this sale deed is registered on 21st September 1914, book number 37, page number 225 and 229. So we can all dig into the Almora Registry Clerk office and lay hands on this entire documentation. I'll speak of it the earlier also. So we need to understand. We can ask the DC in 1814 when the Almora or the KUMAON region went to the British. There must have been a commissionerate or a DC appointed. Who was that DC? Where was he sitting? So what was the settlements done? Because I remember somebody from Almora has shared with me a report of 1869 settlement reports. So 1869 is a very crucial period. That is the time when even the Britishers are putting their foot in creating Ranikhet as a military station. So further on, when we go down and we start seeing that this property was sold to some Jivanti Kaur, Kumar, and she was a wife of some Pandit up there, Pandit Baladat, and he further was the son of Pandit Ratan Prati. We can always dig into these people. They originally migrated from Aligarh. And the most important part in this document, which I just mentioned, there is a map also attached. So please, we people can relate to this, dig into this, work hard, Ranikhet people in Almora. So now he says in this sale agreement, the whole of that bazaar with all those houses and compounds belonging thereto, known as TROUPGANJ, situated in Sadar Bazar of Ranikhet Cantonment, particularly described and delineated in a map annexed to these present, has been transferred to the Lady Javanti. What else do we need? So one part of entire Sadar Bazar is freehold. You know, I appreciate if people can dig into these records, they can share it, and we can club it. If they have knowledge, they can club it. Like I know Ranikhet, you have some army commanders and generals who are pretty well educated and they have created a separate association. So well, do it. Let everybody be benefited with your knowledge, with your resources, with your acumen. Relate it. What was there in 1814? What was there in 1861 or 69? 1869, was there a TPA Act? There is a statement in a different court where the cantonment is saying, or the Ministry of Defence is saying, that prior to 1889 or Section 32, there were no sale deeds. So, where is this will and sale deed coming from 1869? So, that's the question. Now, this book of Cantonment Forest, you know, the most important part of this book is the area. Now, it distributes that what is as per the 1931 Survey of India maps. So, where are these maps now? Please send somebody to Dehradun and he can dig into these survey maps. of Ranikhet as well as Almora. A map was prepared from 16 inches to 1 mile scale, and this map is declaring the boundaries of the Ranikhet cantonment. So what is the area now it is saying? So the total area which Ranikhet cantonment holds is about 4,176.031 acres, out of which the forest area is 2,580.135 acres. The balance station area, now this is called station area, is 920.328 acres, and the military area, 1869 military station, is 675.568 acres. Now this becomes very important. Now here there is a report, the legal position which it speaks of. It somewhat repeats what has been said in that 1914 proceeding to 1873 will. It says Kumaon was ceded to the British by the Gorkhas on 3rd May 1815. Now that document which was with me, it said it exceeded in 1814, a little gap. Between 1830 and 56, various Europeans settlers acquired land in the district in the hope of turning it into tea plantation, and among them the Troup family purchased some land in the village of Chubutia, home farms, Ranikhet and Upat. In 1868, the site was selected for stationing British troops, and in the following year the cantonment was constituted. Now here he uses the word cantonment and there he uses the word military station. Land was acquired from the villagers of Sarna, Kotli and Tana on payment of rupees 13,024 rupees as compensation, and the property of Troup family was also acquired by exchange in some years with the exception of homestead. Now where is this homestead in Ranikhet? I was not being able to told, anybody could tell me where is this, which was not included in the cantonment till 1893. So that means now it is a part of the cantonment. So forest area and various things it mentions. So I'm not going into the nitties again there. So why am I speaking of these some specific things? Now it is very interesting, this book in the coming pages, it is talking of as per the 1925 plan, survey plan, the station area was 1539 acres and the reserved forest area was 2679 acres. You will be surprised, both the areas have decreased to the areas mentioned earlier. How is it? That means 1925 you had bigger area, and when you came down to 1935 making of this forest land survey map of India, your Ranikhet's area was decreasing. So these kind of discrepancies in the British was in abundance. So if people in Ranikhet can get into be more serious about it, because people have dug into their records and many people have shared their records with me, and I'm quite confident that if we people can fight it out. I have somebody from Almora who shared their records with me. I have the original settlement deed there. So Almora is a very small cantonment with no Bazar Area, but here Ranikhet is a little 4,000 acres, so it has a little. But Ranikhet, Nainital, Almora, it all comes under one regime. So we can all club in together. once again I am saying, our GLR is the best piece of evidence which we can be used. It speaks we are old grant, never converted into new grants of the British after the 1765 and 1793 Governor General Order. Friends, please wake up. Thank you. Good day.